Jilly juice. I haven't looked at Jilly juice in a long time. Do you guys want to look at Jilly juice? Do you guys want to see what's going on with that? I haven't checked. I have not looked in on Jilly juice in ages. Five years ago. That Sniper Wolf talked about her 5 years ago. 5 years ago. There's like nothing is 7 months. Oh, 7 months ago. Okay, that was some 5 months ago. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, that's for years. Oh, Illuminati was talking about it. She has gone too far this time. Is she, like, is there... Oh my god. 3 years ago? I guess Illuminati has been focusing on this 1 year ago? There's Jeff Holiday. We love Jeff Holiday, but I don't see anything, like, hold on, let me look at the Illuminati video, just because I want to see if, shut up, I just want to see if there's, like, makeup products, connect sources? What is this? Jilly Juice, paste it, YouTube channel, this is, what is this? Go to the YouTube channel. Oh, Jilly Juice Journey, okay, right. This is what I was looking for, alright. Dang, I had to do some work. So she's still on YouTube, but this is like nothing. She's only got 2K subscribers from 51 views from 11 months ago? What the fuck? I mean, that's good. I mean, it's good to see this shit, like, kind of falling off, but yeah, 2 hours long, oh my god. Sexualized health Hitlerettes? Hitlerettes! Okay, I'm not gonna... Oh my god. Yeah, I'm more popular than Jilly Juice. Good job, me. Yeesh. We got shorts. Lives. 10 months ago. When's this video from? 8 hours. Okay, so just 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. Let's go.
Alright. Good morning.
I'm not gonna watch this whole thing.
Everybody, it is
Hi.
Jillian.
Hi, Jillian.
And yeah,
okay.
When you think you get it, and there's a lot more to get, oh gosh, and that's, I'm bringing it now back to 1939 and 19...
How is she still making this? She's got to be making money somewhere else. She has to be. Like, there's no way that she's, like, still doing this and getting 18 views and, like, nothing else out of it. How is she survive? What is it? Blaming any kind of food or cancer, disease, chronic illness, heart attack, strokes, and autoimmune disorders is acting like Hitler. Anything that is FDA approved is not the reason why you have issues. The fact every generation is weaker because of all the diets and starvation and therapies is why people are getting so much disease. When you keep procreating on bodies in deficits, what do you think is going to happen to every generation of children thereafter who are starving and malnourished, even in the West? The Western diet is the best diet for people who need food. Really? I don't...
45, and also making the connections of the History Channel, always...
History Channel!
airing the World War
Aliens?
II, footage. What? All the time. Why we hear in the conspiracy world that the system took the scientists from Germany over here to America, but it wasn't like they were going to do the same thing over again. I don't know if even World War II was allowed to happen to see how bad it would get when someone is given absolute power to then corrupt absolutely. And so
What?
we saw, obviously, the atrocities if you've studied the Holocaust and
Okay, well, at least she's not a Holocaust denier, so I guess she's got that going for
World
her.
War II, and also have an interest to see that the background of that person, of the Hitler, of that person who rose to power that quickly with the support of millions and millions of people. And so just like the giants way back 6, 7, or even maybe 2 or 3 or 4, 500 years ago, okay, maybe back in the Middle Ages, the giants
From 500 years ago. Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised that Jillian is not a Holocaust denier, right? I'm on board with you, random. You also got gifted a sub, so enjoy that. Enjoy your emotes. 500 years ago.
giants were a
Andre.
large conglomerate of a bunch of little humans. And so the giants, if I'm going to take this back to the giants like Goliath and all the other giants of the past, the Nephilim, they were trafficking women. They were impregnating women. They were sexually abusing women, I am sure, way back 5,000, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000 years ago. And so
the Nephilim were sex traffickers and sexual abusers? Is that where we've arrived? Is that where we're starting this story? Oh my god. I don't know what I was expecting when I came here. I don't know why I decided this was a good idea.
Which is why then the giants had to be eradicated, because they were probably, eating humans and
They were
probably destroying
the
women of the time. And so then you look at now humans are just a fraction of what the giants were, and then take it even down further, the lower.
It's the plot of Dark Souls,
when you go from more to less, the family, when you have one human, a whole human, and that human is releasing his sperm and also having the eggs be fertilized and developing an offspring. Even the sperm are offspring. Okay, that is pieces, that's fractions, that's percentages of a person.
What?
And so then the family is like a division of pieces of that person. And then the person who has been born from a host, like a mother, then has to figure out how to become whole or sustain deficits. And so then Hitler, who was a large conglomerate type of demigod who had the power of life and death over so many people and was able to galvanize such a large following of people who had no problem blaming somebody and genociding massive amounts of people. Then you look at your Facebook and you look at, first of all, you look at what his premise was.
Was Hitler a giant?
The gays, and anyone else that wasn't like him. And for the
was Hitler, I don't recall hearing anything in my studies that said Hitler was overly tall. Fucking what?
Misfortunes of Germany, for his own misfortunes, then you see who raised him. You see what Clara Hitler was like, given some of the research that's on Wikipedia and wherever else. You see what his dad was like. Okay? And then you look at all the families out there with children, and they're in deficit, so they're procreating. And I told you the 3-generation rule, the third generation not only will bankrupt their family wealth, but the third generation will be so much in deficit that they'll also try to bankrupt society through their activism of blaming, because they're in such deficit. And they don't realize...
Okay, but deficit of what? What are they in deficit of? It seems like you're saying that they're in deficit of reproductive material. Like, every time you have a child, like, the third child is going to be, like, it's like you're telling me you're running out of printing ink when you have kids. Like, am I understanding that correctly? Like, you splooge, you get a kid, but that kid is only a fraction of all of your splooge. But then every time you have a kid after that, your splooge is, like, less and less. Every time. So, so, what does that mean? What does that mean for, like, anybody who discovers their body before they actually have sex? Like, anybody who's not a virgin for, don't like adolescent boys have, like, you know, wet dreams and stuff? Isn't that a thing that happens to them sometimes? Is that like is that like the natural deficit going on? Like, what the actual fuck? In what world?
All the self-harm from the alcohol, the drugs, the operations, all the diversity they're taking in, they're not releasing and assimilating to, then causes them to go on the hunt to go find the enemy. And that's where you get the religions with the Satan and the Savior all in one person, because Hitler was a dichotomy of a Satan to the Jews and the gypsies and the gays, and he was a savior to then the Germans, German Gentiles, I guess. And so that's how quickly and why he rose to that much.
People didn't like Hitler, though. Like, what? Huh? There's so much word salad. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna jump forward. We got through 5 minutes. I'm actually pretty impressed. I'm gonna jump to, like, 17. Let's jump to 17. Let's see where she goes. I do not know how she's connecting any of these dots.
It's somebody else's fault, therefore you need to buy into this type of political thought process. And here I have the answer. I have a therapy. I have, love. And
hold on, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Maybe they're a holistic professional. So they're not going to blame what they're already doing in their professions. And so who are they blaming? Or are they just accepting the fact that they're just going to die someday, so they're just going to find every way possible to make it as comfortable as possible? And so, you see, I'm not in everybody's minds. What? Everyone has someone who thinks is the enemy. But when you're in a political thought process, whether it's Democrat, Republican, you already are blaming someone for what's going on in society and foreign affairs.
There is America and there is not America. Not all politics are as vitriolic and as dichotomous as current American politics. It's not even that American politics has always been like this. It hasn't always been like this segregated as it is currently, and there's no guarantee it will remain this segregated in the future. I mean, most people are pretty tired and exhausted of it. But, like, what the actual fuck? Does she have fake degrees on the wall? Man, I'm not even gonna try to figure out what the fuck she's got on her wall. Probably.
And the economy and all the things are going on. So even your politics, your sexuality too. Your politics, your sexuality, your religion, your science dogmas. You're saying that
what science dogmas?
You need to buy into this type of political thought process. And here I have the answer. I have a therapy. I have, love and devotion and family and friends in order to alleviate somebody from the suffering. And so even if you're not...
Okay, so your sexuality will not predetermine your political affiliation, nor your religious affiliation. All of these things are are separated. However, right, that does not mean you are not susceptible. You're always going to be susceptible to something at some point in time, right? Everybody's got their lulls and their highs in life. But none of these things are determined by the other. It is more likely that somebody with 2 brain cells is not going to vote for a political party that is trying to harm them. But that's not a guarantee. That's entirely education and, based on your epistemology. That's not, and like how you figure these things out and how you process that information, and if like doing harm to somebody or like self-hate, it's like all wrapped up into a bundle of fuck. And like if you can unpackage that bottle like that ball of fuck, then great, good for you. That's just part of what therapy is for. Is unfucking the fuck, at least in a way that you can manage the fuck, that's because it's still gonna be fuck, right? Like it's a ball of fuck is still going to be fuck when you unball the fuck. You just gotta, it's about being able to compartmentalize and like learn how to manage your fuck. But what? Huh? What does this have to do with anything?
Actively out there pounding the gavel of blame, the politics, the biases that you hold already imply that there is somebody else at fault and therefore you are right. And so it's
Is she talking about confirmation bias?
Insidious. Okay, and so I'm gonna go to the last post right above my last video, and I said, absolute power over another life who depends on you for everything corrupts absolutely.
So every single mom is absolutely corrupted, I guess. Because as a single mother with a child, you would have complete power over that child's life to a degree up until a certain age. Can confirm I am corrupt. Oh, alright, I guess Jillian's right. Everybody, it looks like chat is agreeing that single moms are totally corrupted dictators. Seems good. Alright, yeah.
And so we are watching it in all families with animals and relationships. Hitler personified. An observation
we're all Hitler!
A sense of morality lessens as his or her power increases. Right? So your power increases. So you're using up so many resources that are not being replaced to balance you out, and that includes even your hormones.
What?
So as your power increases, then the sense of morality and all of that then lessens, because what are you going to do to try to alleviate the discomfort of being in deficit? Then
this is not why power corrupts. This is not... None of this is based in anything that makes any fucking sense.
There's the sex, the drugs, the rock and roll, and
not the rock and roll.
He's going into decay. So, an observation: a person's sense of morality lessens as his or her power increases. The statement was made by Lord Acton, a British historian of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Which is why families and close
I don't know what deficit means.
Are dangerous to evolution, because they will stop each other from evolving.
Thank
and the
you.
king bees and the
Thank
queen
you for
bees,
the poll.
drunk with power over their offspring and the followers, will justify violence in the name of their clan. And it could be violence, could be like surgeries, because that's violence against your system. It could be taking antibiotics or drugs or alcohol, or getting into fights, or...
That's such a broad definition. If you're just gonna define, like, well, doing surgery is inherently harming your body because you're cutting it open, then the definition is meaningless at that point in time.
Or hunting someone that they think is threatening their very existence, but is doing nothing to them, has never walked into their house and told them to do anything. But now they're projecting that this person, that person, this thing, that thing is the enemy. And they will search out that situation. And so do you see now this thing with projection?
I don't see anything.
This thing with projection.
I'm blind.
Do you see the 1% accusing any of the population of being an Illuminati?
What?
Do you see the queen, the king, anyone in Bilderberg?
Yes.
Do you see?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. There are absolutely people who are within the power structure who claim conspiracy theories against them. Elon Musk does this. Andrew Tate does this. These are people who are wealthy in the system claiming that there are conspiracies against them. Period. End of sentence. So if that's the case, then what the hell are you getting at? And of course, people will think that there is class warfare going on because there's class warfare going on. What? It's not even uncommon.
See who's accusing those of being the Illuminati? So, do you see the 1% accusing all of you of being the Illuminati? No, you are accusing them, and guess what? Accusations are confessions. You are the Illuminati, the capstone in your life.
You fucking poor people out there, you fucking Illuminati motherfuckers. The French Revolution was done by the Illuminati. The Illuminati saved all the Jews from Hitler. That's how that works. That's definitely what happened. Oh my fucking god. Alright, I'm jumping ahead.
More and more and more until they completely use up the resources in their environment, use up the resources in their family, use up the resources everywhere. Completely depleted. And they're angry on their way out the door, blaming somebody. And so I said, I'm not trying to offend anyone.
Brother.
Or target anyone. But to expose you to the programming, the insidious programming of sexual slavery and the family slavery and then annihilation. And it's so subtle, but also in your face. When you're in it, you cannot see it until you finally can look at your own lifestyle and life and the health issues you have sustained subscribing to these traditional methods.
I swear to God, she's reading like something that she wrote at 2 a.m. when she like woke up and her brain's all fuzzy, like high as fuck. Oh my god. Alright, we're done. I gotta get out of here. I can't handle this much. She does not look like she's doing well.